I miss when Destiny 2 was just a game and not a chore. I've been reminded of this over the past few months ever since the final shape has come out. We've grinded so hard to get where we are now in Destiny. Most of the players have everything, we know everything, and nothing is new. Even if it is new, it's solved and grinded 10 times in the first day, and by the end of that day, it's old content. Back in the day when Destiny was fairly new, it was fun and things were new. You would go to random places and planets and spend hours running around finding new and cool places to share memories with your friends. New enemies to find and kill, new corners and hidden alleyways that you've never been down. We played Destiny for the fun of it. In recent years, that has all changed. We don't play Destiny for the fun of it anymore. We care about getting that perfect 5 out of 5 gold roll weapon. We try and clear the raid every single week as fast as possible for a chance at the brand new exotic and also all the craftable weapons. We figure out the perfect build for our class and we only use that build. If it's not the best, we don't want to hear about it. We are always constantly trying to get the highest stat priority distribution as possible. If you don't have 100 resilience and 100 recov and 100 discipline, basically your build is useless. We care about the buffs and the nerfs. We care about what's meta and what isn't meta. There is basically no fun to be had in Destiny anymore. It's all basically just a chore nowadays. And unfortunately, in recent times, it feels like Bungie has adapted to this playstyle or this agenda even more and more. With week-to-week story quests, releasing hundreds of different combos in the exotic class item, more and more perks to go on guns, making it harder and harder to get that perfect god roll. It's all just a bit too much. Do you remember back in the early days of both Destiny and Destiny 2, exploring each planet for hours, exploring the tower for hours, finding areas that you've never been to? Man, that was fun. I remember spending hours just jumping around the tower with friends late at night, talking about life and stuff I'm excited to do tomorrow when we log back into Destiny. I can confidently say that I have way more enjoying and thrilling memories of the early days in Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 than I do in the recent years. I remember running around Venus and finding enemies way too high level for me to kill, and I was running away so fast scared for my life. And all I could think about was, damn, I wonder what's through there. So I got all my gear, I geared up and leveled up, and I came back next week and killed them all to figure out what was there. Funnily enough, there was nothing really there, but the joy and excitement of finding new areas and killing new enemies, and actually being underleveled and not being able to do something was enough for me. Nowadays in Destiny, we are way too overpowered and nothing stands in our way. It's kind of boring in my opinion. I don't know what to call that feeling. Maybe it's just nostalgia kicking in. Who knows, but I don't think it's nostalgia. Destiny as a whole is 10 times better than what it used to be. As a game, it's completely different than what it used to be. You could almost call it a completely different game. I've loved every single version of Destiny. From back then to now, every single version of the game has been great. I think the best way to put it is Destiny isn't a game anymore to me. It's more of a chore. Endgame activities like the raids back in the early days of Destiny and Destiny 2 took teams and clans weeks and even months to clear. A lot of this is because we were having so much fun gearing up and getting ready in the open world, and it didn't feel like we needed to do these raids as soon as possible. We were happy and content getting the open world gear, and just getting ready to do the raid was the fun part. In recent years, it's always been a race. Be the first one to the max power light level, and get in there and finish the raid as soon as possible. Get the best guns as soon as possible. But why? What's the point in doing it so fast that you have nothing to do the following week? Now, I will admit, the day 1 raids are some of the best content in the game. Me and my clan always do them, and they are genuinely one of the funnest activities that Bungie puts on, and it's an awesome atmosphere. However, in recent times, Bungie has absolutely killed it with the final shape. Arguably one of the best, if not the best DLC to ever come to both Destiny and Destiny 2. However, they also shot themselves in their own foot at the same time. The thing that has killed Destiny the most was themselves. By adding a universe-ending expansion being The Witness, how is Bungie ever going to make a new story as engaging as it was without putting the universe at risk again? Well, they can't. The 3 new episodes just don't hit the same spot like The Witness did. The aura and the threat that The Witness held brought so many players back to finish the Light and Darkness saga. These 3 new episodes just don't hit like The Witness did, and I'm confident in saying that most players would agree with this argument. Now, I'm not saying that Bungie should have delayed the final shape. or for them to not even include a world-ending story. It was definitely needed, and it definitely wrapped up the story perfectly. Unfortunately, it did have to happen eventually, and 10 years of the Light and Dark saga was one hell of a journey, and I'm so happy that I was involved in it. I hear a lot of people mentioning Destiny and the Avengers Endgame situation very, very similar, and I like to compare these two things a lot. All of the pre-stories and the lore and how we got to this final point was awesome, and the finale wrapped it up perfectly, and it was amazing. But now that it's all over, what's next? And players are seemingly asking this question to themselves over and over and over again. With the world basically being saved and no world-ending threat, what is there to look forward to or fight against? We just don't know. The question that everyone's asking is, can Bungie come back from this? And yes, I believe they can. Bungie has showed time and time again that yes, they can perform amazing storylines and put out this great content that every single player loves. But at the same time, it also feels like Bungie sometimes just doesn't care, and they put out the bare minimum to its loyal player base. We all know Bungie has it in them, but with all the recent drama, the layoffs, all the leaks of the new content, it just doesn't seem like Bungie wants to come back from this. It almost feels like they are giving up on Destiny, and unfortunately that makes a lot of players, including myself, very, very sad. Now, in no means am I a game developer or a story writer, but all it feels like Bungie needs to do is make an evolving story week to week. The current weekly stories are boring, there's no backbone to it. It's always just go to this zone, kill X, then go to here and do X, and wait till next week to find out to do it all over again. We need to add some drama, some involving story that makes the player feel involved and connected to the NPCs in the game, not just boring go here and kill this activity. We don't need another world-ending story. All we need is something involving and meaningful in the storyline that connects us as a player base to the game, and maybe some new places to explore here and there without revisiting all the old places. How good would Destiny be if we had a meaningful story season to season? It would definitely keep the player base retention up nice and high. For the past 20 seasons or so, it's literally been the exact same storyline, and it goes as follows. Oh no, there's a new bad guy. Quickly go to this planet and get X. Then go to this planet and kill X amount of enemies. Thank you for doing this. Now just wait another 10 weeks while I figure out what to do. Oh sweet, the 10 weeks is up, now go and kill the guy. It's just old and we need something new and meaningful. Now, like I said earlier in the video, I'm no game developer or story writer. Now I don't have a be-all end-all answer, and by no means am I quitting Destiny, or even hating on Destiny. I love Destiny 2, and I've enjoyed every single moment that I've been playing in Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. I just personally want Destiny 2 to thrive again, and I'm just expressing my feelings out there. With the future of Destiny being more uncertain than it has ever been, I don't know what's going to happen next, but all I can cross my fingers and hope for is that Destiny 2 will thrive once again, and hopefully it feels more like a game and less like a chore. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching, and I hope the Destiny 2 future is bright for all of us.